Hey guys, kia ora, whakaalofa lahiatu, and welcome back to this week's podcast episode. I am so excited and so glad you are here. Thank you for listening as always. And this week, actually, I have a question that came off the socials, off Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, what are you doing? Go follow us at soextra__. But the question was, what are my thoughts around weight loss drugs, weight loss surgeries, and things like that? So we're going to get into that. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, this is my new spot. I've got my office back. And I actually need to learn how to style it. I'm trying to do something on that side there. It's not finished. So hopefully that looks good, but I just want more orange, more pop, the lighting's not that good too, because it's just gone dark outside. It started to rain, which I love, but okay, te pai. So we're going to get some more lights and stuff like that, but also come over to Instagram to find out what's happening over there as well. And you can give me some styling advice, and yeah, we can go on that journey together, or on TikTok, so_extra. Anyways, into the question. I actually, when I saw this question, my initial answer was just like, each to their own. Like, you do you, boo. And that's my stance on it. It's like, you do you. Like, who am I to judge what you want to do with your own body? So there is a each to their own there. But I also wanted to talk a little bit more about it, because if somebody came to me and was like, hey sis, I'm thinking of getting this weight loss surgery, what's your advice, or what would you say? I'm taking it more on that kind of approach, because somebody's actually asked the question when it comes to it. I think it's an amazing question, because everyone knows I'm all about body confidence. I'm a plus size woman, and I'm like, baby, you're worthy as is. You look great as is. You don't need to lose weight and change your body to look amazing, to be worthy, to be lovable, to be attractive, to be fucking great, to be confident. You don't need to change anything about what you look like outside, right? It's an inside job. And if you don't already know my story, at the young age of fucking 6 years old was when I started having body image issues in the playground, looking at other kids and being like, why am I bigger? Why do I have fat hair and they don't? And why do I struggle with this? And why am I so obsessed with food? And all these kinds of things, right? And unfortunately, I went home and I didn't have anybody there who talked to me about it, who guided me, who asked me how I was feeling, in all the things. And I just made up my own thoughts about it for the rest of my life. And unfortunately, that turned into binge eating, to starving myself, to disciplining myself, to abusing my body. And at the age of 11 was the first time that I tried, fucking weight loss diet. The lemon detox diet was the diet that I went on, and I feel like I've done every diet since then. And I've tried fucking everything in every way to lose weight. And the old leash, I'm talking 2-3 years ago, leash would have been like, Ozempic, yo, let's go. I inject that shit into me, or weight loss surgery, let's go. Like, how do I save up to get this shit done? That was the mindset that I was in at those times. And I've since then changed my whakaaro, changed my thoughts on, why I wanted to lose weight in the first place. So for me, the reason why I wanted to lose weight my whole life was because I thought if I lost weight, I would be more attractive, I would be more lovable, I would then be able to have my dream life, I would have my dream relationship, I would be more respected, I would get more opportunities, I would make more money, I would, it was, when I lose weight, then I will get X, Y, and Z. My life would just fucking be better if I was skinny, if I was smaller, I would be worthy. Everything was attached to that. And since then I've realized, no, fuck, like that's the world that unfortunately I was programmed into, that you need to look a certain way to be all those things. And that's what I learned growing up. I was programmed, I was conditioned. And then I decided, fuck that, I don't want to be like that, I don't want to think those ways. I get to decide how I want to think, and I unlearned all those things, and the fat phobia and the internalized fat phobia. And if you want more on that, please go listen to the other podcasts I have all about those things. But I went on this journey, right? I went on this journey of unlearning. I went on this journey of self-love and of loving myself regardless of what I look like on the outside, you know? That actually it's an inside job. How do I feel on the inside? What's my mindset like? All these things. So for me it was purely aesthetic reasons why I wanted to lose weight, was because I thought it was going to get me all these things because I looked a certain way. So if it was me, the old me, coming to me right now and being like, hey, Leash, do you think I should get this weight loss surgery? Based on what I know about that person, myself, my old self, I'd be like, no, babe, like you should unlearn. You should go on a journey of self-love. You should do X, Y, and Z. You don't need this weight loss surgery to get those things that you want. There's actually another way you can do it without going through this life-threatening surgery or changing your fucking, doing all these, cutting out half your stomach or putting a balloon into your stomach or injecting yourself with shit every week. There's another way you can do it. The Ozempic, if you don't already know, what's the word? It makes you feel less hungry. Yeah. So you inject yourself and you feel less hungry. And yeah, so that would be what I would say to my old self. And I think that's the advice that I would give to my old me, would be like, no, babe, like you don't need that. I think on the other side of that, the reasons why people do this weight loss surgery isn't just for aesthetic reasons. There are people that are doing it because there's health reasons, because they've got all kinds of conditions and things and shit like that. They feel like they're at their wit's end, and they need to do this to get whatever. It's their final thing. And I think, if that's the case, then do you. I think, so there's a part of me where it's like, fuck, who am I to judge? But also, if it was the old me, knowing that I would have only got it just for aesthetical reasons, I don't know if that's a word, then I would be like, hey, before you do that, please know you have the option to unlearn these things. You have the option to look inside yourself and go on your own self-love journey, and know that you don't have to lose weight to love yourself, but if you want to, also kei pai. So I hope that makes sense, because I don't think I'm on one end. It's fucking each to their own kind of vibes. But also I am worried that let's go there. I am worried for future generations that they see people taking these, weight loss, fucking doing these weight loss things and thinking that it's not okay to be big. I worry, and this fucking shit keeps me up at night, because I worry about women who fucking go to sleep thinking that I'm only going to love myself if I'm 80 kgs, if I'm 50 kgs, if I'm fucking skinny. I'm worried about these women, and I'm worried about future generations thinking that they have to be a certain size to love themselves, because not fucking everybody can go through this fucking weight loss surgery, right? It's not. And I see a lot of people think of it as a quick fix. That shit's a journey in itself. I have lots of friends who have gotten weight loss surgeries, and I fucking love them, and I'm like, fucking you do you, boo. But they also tell me like, no, this is a journey in itself as well. There's still things you have to go through, and I've had friends who have done the weight loss surgeries and they haven't lost any weight. Now they fucking hate themselves, and they still can't, they're like, fuck, I can't even fucking have the weight loss surgery and fucking lose weight. Like, what's the fucking point in anything? And my message to all those women is like, fuck, babe, you don't need to lose weight to love yourself. You don't need to be a certain size to love yourself, baby. It's a mindset. You can love yourself right now if you choose to. It's a choice, and yeah, it might be a lot of fucking hard work, but to get to that point. But it's a choice. You get to choose, to fucking love yourself, to be confident. It's a fucking practice. We wake up every day and you unlearn what you've been told your whole fucking life. I don't care how fucking old you are, right? And that shit's what makes me fucking sad and what makes me want to fucking cry, because I think about all the women out there that are like, I can only love myself if I have this weight loss surgery. I can only love myself if I fucking get a Ozempic every fucking week. I can only love myself if I starve myself. I can only love myself if I abuse my body in the gym. I can only love myself if blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, baby, you can love yourself right now and you can get the weight loss surgery. You can love yourself and do a Ozempic. You can love yourself and go to the gym. You can love yourself and eat food. You can do both of them. They can coexist. And my message is all about loving yourself right fucking now. Loving yourself now. And the question is, would you still get that surgery if you loved yourself? Would you still take Ozempic if you loved yourself? So, I think that's the podcast. Is this shit is straight from my dome. Oh my gosh, did I just flash you guys my boobie? Yeah, this is not thought out. It's just my thoughts from my head. And I hope it lands and it sits with you. And fuck, I'm going to be real. I'm probably going to get some backlash on this shit, because I always do. And people always tell me that I need to lose weight and I need to do this and that. And just a reminder that, fuck, I'm good. I'm good as I am. I'm good. And if I do want to lose weight, I'll do it in the fucking most loving fucking way ever. But people say, I'm only worried about your weight because I care about you and all these things. And I want you to think about the mental health when you fucking hate on somebody, when you call them fat slobs, fat shits, when you send them whale emojis and pig emojis. Yes, I've had that before. Think about their mental health as well. Do you actually want to help them, or are you fucking fat phobic? So yeah, that's the podcast. I love you. Thank you for listening. Food for thought. That's my Focado on it. If you have more questions about what you would like me to talk about on the podcast, please come over to Instagram and ask them. I'm happy to do the podcast episodes. But yeah, ka kite. Koe kia.